for October 12, 2022. Notice of this meeting has been duly advertised in compliance with the provision of the Open Public Meeting Law. Please be advised that this meeting is being audio recorded for possible later playback. Everyone please rise for this flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilman Minnicott?
Here.
Councilwoman Hess? Here. Councilman Lankowski?
Here.
Councilwoman Patton?
Here.
Councilwoman Simmons? Here. President Randolph Sharp has an excused absence. Mayor?
Here. Next, approval of minutes for council meeting for September 14th, 2022. Entertain a motion.
I make a motion that the council meeting executive session for September 14th, 2022 be approved.
And a second, please.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Minnicott?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hess? Yes. Councilman Lankowski?
Yes.
Councilwoman Patton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Simmons?
Yes.
Entertain a motion for payment of bills, please.
I make a motion that the bills that have been properly audited and signed be approved for payment.
And a second, please.
Second.
Any questions?
Councilman Minnicott?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hess? Yes. Councilman Lankowski?
Yes.
Councilwoman Patton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Simmons?
Yes.
Following reports have been filed and will be available in their respective offices for review. The tax collector's report, the sewer report, and treasurer's report. Next, consent agenda. The items listed below are considered routine by the Borough of Lindenwold and be acted upon in one motion. There will be no formal discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, this item will be pulled from the consent agenda and be considered separately. And it is a motion for resolution 188 through 194.
I make a motion that resolution 2022-188-194 be adopted as read.
And a second, please.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Minnicott?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hess? Yes. Councilman Lankowski?
Yes.
Councilwoman Patton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Simmons?
Yes.
Next up, engineer's report. Good day, Mr. Beard.
Matt offers his apologies, he couldn't be here tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm Mitch, I'm filling in for him. So real quickly here, municipal parking lot expansion. Soil erosion and sediment control plans were submitted on September 21st. We're still waiting to hear back from the approval. For the traffic signal work analysis at White Horse Pike and Students Ave. We checked up with NJDOT on the 6th of October and still have no updates from them. Finally, reconstruction of Cooper Avenue. Notice received was issued on September 22nd. Construction is ongoing now. They're working on first and sidewalks.
Thank you. Any questions from the engineer? Okay. Next, open to council. Council, read the minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Lindenwold Police Department activity report for the month of September 2022. Total calls of service 2159. Traffic accidents 5. Unit policing 201. Traffic enforcement and stops 129. Criminal complaints issued by officers 52. Traffic summonses issued by officers 36. Criminal complaints issued by citizens 7. Traffic summonses issued by citizens 1. And there is 53 active investigations. I also want to let everybody know that tragically on September 30th, there was a murder in town. I want to give kudos to the Lindenwold Police Department along with Gloucester Township. They had the suspect in custody and in the county jail within 12 hours. I would also tell everybody, stuff just doesn't happen with the foot. All right? Gloucester Township stopped a car day before yesterday with a gun inside of it for road rage. Right, we had 2 shootings on I-95. This morning, 3 officers were shot doing a warrant. Okay, that could have went south Saturday night on the 30th or Friday night on the 30th. was our officers, the person that they were after was barricaded in a house in Wilson Township for 9 hours. So even though we read stuff that goes on in film, be vigilant around here too, because it can happen here. That's all I have to say.
Councilwoman Hess.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Lindenwold Public Works, we have bulk items picked up, 286 tons. Scrap metal picked up, 56 tons. Concrete picked up, 3. Stumps and logs, 2. Property maintenance, 3. Service calls, 82. Stoppages, 11. Main stoppages, 1. Emergency calls, 12. Markouts, 40. Pump station repairs, 10. Trouble areas jetted, 7. Pump stations factor, 3. For Laurel Springs, we didn't have anything. And also for Joint Land Use Board, we had zoning officer review applications, dumpster applications, property list, and regular applications, and return check fees, with monies returned to us on all fees. Thank you, that's all that I have. I just want to say, everyone have a safe and happy Halloween. Be careful out there with everybody, all of our kids out there walking the streets. Everybody have a great time. That's all. Thank you.
Councilwoman Downing.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, the Lions played their first game last Friday night on a new football field, and it is really a beautiful football field. I don't know if anybody knows, but in some states, they recognize your town by the football field, and now we have this beautiful football field. It's a showcase, just like our Lindenwold Park. Also, I'd like to thank the Lindenwold Fire Department and other fire departments that gave us a nice show the other night. The prevention night was very educational. We took a couple kids, Landon and Cadence there, and they just had a ball, and it was very educational. And just one other thing, this is about the Anchor program. This is the program that provides homeowners and renters for more financial assistance from the state, and to look in your mail for the programs on your emails. Also, the property tax reimbursement program, which is part of this Anchor program, the applications for seniors are due before October 31st. In case I know this, but it has to be in before October 31st, and that's all.
Yeah, you should have got that in the mail, like you have to do it online too, so please, make sure you do it. It used to be the tax, the rebate. I did thought it was garbage too when I first got it. Oh, by the way, did the Lions win?
We're going to change.
I've been going to games, and that's the first one. I'm sorry, Councilwoman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Council. First, on behalf of our Council President, Randolph Sharp, she asked me to thank the Public Events Committee for all of their efforts, and I thank you all too. And that being said, our Lindenwold Neighbor Fest, it is now rescheduled. I had to choose the date of 10/16. And after I scheduled, I also found out that the Lindenwold Moose Lodges also have their fall craft event that day. So please, theirs is from 9 to 3. Ours is from 12 to 8. And hopefully everyone will be able to attend both events and make a big showing for Lindenwold. And then the following Saturday, October 22nd, is our fall yard sale. That's by popular demand. A lot of people wanted a second yard sale. So if you want to sign up for that, please sign up as soon as possible so we can have that list distributed. On October 29th is our Halloween event. We're still working out some of the details there, but that is at Lindenwold Park from 2 to 6. And we still need volunteers for future events. We're planning things in November and December. So if you're still interested in being a member of the Public Events Committee, please just reach out to me. And, we do want our events to be as well attended and supervised and as safe as possible, and that will help with the more volunteers we have. And finally, the library, as of tomorrow, October 13th through the 22nd, they're going to have their fall book sale. The highest price for books is $1, the lowest is I believe 50 cents, so please come out to the library. They did just distribute all of their book bags last night, So that's great. So please, you have until the 22nd to go visit the library, check it out and get some books, CDs, music, etc. Thank you.
Councilwoman Simmons.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. For senior citizens, I have lots of events coming up for seniors. So we're going to start with gentle yoga classes. They're going to be at the Carroll Norcross Center in Blackwood, at the Lakeland Complex, and at Pine Hill Congregate site. There's several dates starting on October 13th through December. I have flyers if anyone's interested in a flyer. Also, October 19th at Cooper River and October 28th at Berlin Park, there's going to be a fall picnic prize bingo. I have flyers for this also. There is a free day of billiards and bowling. Camden County seniors age 55 plus. There's several dates, and again, we have flyers. Okay, and with COVID, Senior Services of Camden County is not able to do their regular senior health fair, which is also the kickoff for the flu shots over in Camden County. So they're going to have several of these health fairs, and I will flyer on that. And with the health fair, you get a complimentary lunch, you get goodie bags, entertainment. Also, if you want to attend any of these, and also I have the schedule for all of the flu shots that Camden County is doing this year. Okay, Wednesdays in November, there's going to be a virtual caregiver series. And the series is to educate caregivers becoming more aware of dementia and sharing resources. You need to RSVP for this, and you have to pick a date that you're going to for the session to attend. I have flyers for this. I did email the girl who's running this to see if these will be online after, if they're going to video record them, and then that way, so you could say it's at 3 o'clock on a Wednesday and you can't make it, that if I'm finding out, will it be on Camden County's website, so you can go and find out the information after. I have not heard back from her, but hopefully I can tell you next meeting on that flyer. And then I have just a reminder, I handed these flyers out before. Again, it's a caregiver support group, and it's online. It's going to be a Zoom meeting. There's several dates. I have flyers, and they're going to discuss stress, legal concerns, respite programs, and a lot more. So if anyone wants anyone flyers, I have plenty of flyers. Also, for the health department for COVID, Camden County is still in medium for the CDC. If you go on their website, you can see your state, your county, and what they're ranking you for COVID. We're in medium, and that's a good thing. You're going to be mask-free, as we all say. And also that booster shots are now available for ages 5 to 11. So if anybody needs a booster shot, Camden County is doing that. You can go to any drugstore, your local doctor. The shots are really available on many, many locations. And that's all I have, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Am I missing anything?
It is municipal best practices inventory time. For those of you who are not familiar with the best practices inventory, it assesses each municipality's compliance with various laws and evaluates implementation of fiscal and operational best practices. The inventory answers provide taxpayers an additional means of evaluating their municipality's performance. The inventory also identifies areas where municipalities may require technical assistance. The best practices inventory is due Thursday, November the 10th, and I will provide the results of our inventory at our next council meeting. That's it, Mayor.
Okay. All right, at this time, we're going to open to the public. Anyone from the public wishing to speak, come to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Also, remember that we will not be answering any questions until we open back up to council. It's just statements.
Diane Gutierrez, 637 Fifth Avenue. Mayor, I'm not going to be able to write my name because I'm right-handed. I had surgery. So, Mayor, Fifth Avenue, the cars turn down from Laurel and they fly down that street. A couple weeks ago, I was outside. This red car came flying down the house next to me. There was a cat crossing and it hit the cat and just took off. Luckily, the cat lived. It took me an hour to find it, but it's constant. The traffic up and down there, and there's so many strays like my street, home site, Scott, there's millions of cats. I have like 17 cats up and down the street, and some calico just showed up. People were just dumping their cats. So I know nobody checks anything, so which brings me to why can't we do TNR? Because if these cats are fixed, they're not gonna keep having kittens, and there's a million of them. I'm tired of trapping cats. That's all I do is trap and neuter, because people are just dumping them. And then my other question is, I know we have the license and your law is 3 dogs. Why is there so many people in this town with more than 3 that are not registered, but yet you came after me, my dogs don't even go outside, and you fought me and fought me. I mean, I'm down to 2 because they've all passed by now. So who keeps track of that? Do you just pick and choose who has a dog, and then you're going to go after them if they have more than 3? I mean, I have a little dog. These people have huskies. I read all the time. My 4 huskies just got out. Well, I know that 4 huskies are not registered because you won't register more than 3. So how are we keeping track of all this? Or again, do you just pick and choose who you go after?
Thank you. Anyone else in the public?
It's all the way I am, so I'll start anyway. Well, it's not too much of a change since the last meeting. I guess everyone knows who I am. I'm Jamie Ford from the Pine. I've been residing at the location, as I said before, for 47 years. Only because I like it out here. It's really nice. One of the best places around here. But now, it's the worst. It seems like nobody's doing anything about it. If you don't believe what I'm saying, go out there and look for yourself. We only have 2 maintenance men and 1 lady. She doing her job above the design of all the people. And I feel really, really sorry for this lady. You can't do it. Seems like they don't care. But they don't care. Go out there and look for yourself. Look at those grounds out there. We have mice. Like I said, I have a dead mice in my bed. Turn the light on, go to the bathroom, and step on something, and look down with the mouse. I have mice all around my apartment. I was in my kitchen the other night cleaning up underneath my table because I had some cans under there because I wasn't able to put it in the notebook because my arm was sick because of the accident. So I put them up underneath the table. So I was trying to clean. It was nothing but mice there. Nice droppings or whatever you want to say. Something has to be done. Now, we have code enforcement. Why are those grounds looking like that? The tires is not up to code. Y'all know it. But what you doing about it? Nothing. Because if you was, it wouldn't be looking like that. It's terrible. I don't have too much more to say. We don't have no maintenance man.
Thank you, Mr.
This
Ford.
lady sitting right there, she's a good person. Like I said, she does above and beyond her all this duty. When it snows and whatnot, they have her out there shoveling the snow. It's like a man. There's 2 or 3 guys, it's sad. But somebody needs to do something about the time. It's terrible. I mean, they got glass, trash, dog food. They have, go out there and look for this. I'm tired. I mean, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. That's what I'm doing. I'm tired. Go out there and look for yourself. Look at the ground. I mean, we don't have no light from the building. This 400 building is black. The light from the 6600 building goes off around 3:45 in the morning. I felt like that the other day, but I didn't say anything to nobody about it, because nobody wants to do it. Somebody need to do something about the time. It's terrible, I never seen it like that. But this lady back there in the back, she does her job above and beyond the call of duty, and I feel sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Porter.
Something
Anyone
needs to
else
be
in the
done.
public wishing to speak?
Hi, my name is Rose Rush. Rose Run, I live in the Pines. And I lived in the Pines like 7 years. And I moved my apartment to a one-bedroom. I moved upstairs. I don't know what's going on in the Pines, but I'm paying my rent to live there, but I'm not getting the work done in my apartment. When I lived in the first apartment, I had people's stools in my tub. I dealt with that. So when my husband passed, I said, I'm going to move out of here. I went and got a one-bedroom apartment. They supposed to have fixed that apartment. The gentleman, the maintenance man that was working there, he quit as he was doing my apartment. Now, I'm in there with a door where the ants just keep coming in. You can see the light when you're inside, when you're outside, you know. And the windows, I can't even let my baby lift the windows because they're not sturdy. They slam it down. I don't want them to break her fingers or anything like that. The porch, it's kids in this. I'm on the upstairs with my baby. It's a girl downstairs with her baby. They can't even really sit out there because downstairs, all the concrete and stuff will fall from the upstairs. They done patched and patched and patched it so much. It don't make no sense. It really don't. I don't understand why they can't come and fix that. Why can't they sit outside and play? If my baby fall and that concrete hit her, she's going to be hurt. But nobody's doing anything about it. All they do is talk. Stop talking, make them do something. Somebody gotta do something. Really, because it don't make no sense for a child to be placed somewhere where she can get hurt. One of them want to get hurt because they want to go outside. They want to go outside. So who's going to do anything? Who's going to talk? Who's going to make it work? Who's going to get it fixed? People always talking, but they're not doing anything. They're not. You go around in the office and you talk to them, they get attitude. I'm already an attitude person because my baby gotta live like that. And then if I move out, I still gotta pay the rent because I done moved out. They still want their rent. How am I going to survive? I lost my husband. I only get 1/3 of what I was living off of. I'm struggling. I'm trying to make it. And nobody's helping us. Nobody. Not even the pond. I got pit bulls coming at my door. They want to tell me, oh, she's just walking the dog. I open up my door and the dog growling at me. Don't y'all kids run out y'all doors? She ran out my door. Nobody's doing nothing. So I guess one of the kids gonna have to get hurt. Or one of them pit bulls gonna bite me. And then it's gonna get done. That's too late. That's too late if them bricks hit them kids in their head. They get education. They're learning. They don't need to be hitting their head with anything. They don't need to be falling from nowhere. You know, the apartment is, I love my apartment. I just need things fixed. The man quit. He quit and nobody's coming in to do nothing. They come in. They're trimming around my doors. It's open. I'm a diabetic. I keep asking them to come put the trim. He came in and left out. When I seen him, I said, well, what are y'all going to do? My boss didn't send me back. It's hazardous. If I hit my toe, it's going to really be a problem. somebody or to make somebody do something. Something. Because that little bit of money that I'm paying for that rent, that don't make no sense. Why am I paying rent? Why am I paying rent to somewhere that nobody's doing nothing? I might as well go live in a condominium and fix that up. That'll be better than that. But when is y'all going to make somebody, anybody, do something to protect my baby and the baby downstairs? So I wish people stop talking and make some moves and do something. Because if it was your kids, how would you feel? That's all I got to say.
Thank you very much.
You sign in?
Anyone,
I already did.
Thank you. Go there, you sign.
anyone else from the public?
I already signed.
You did.
Yeah, I thought I was supposed to sign it when I came in.
Hi, my name is Roxanne Burton, and I am on Borough Hall. I have lived in Lindenwold practically all my life. I went to school here, school 4, the middle school, went to Overbrook when it was Overbrook, got married, got happily divorced, and moved back. I thought I was only going to talk about 2 things, but her grievances have really bothered me. Because when I was younger, you could ride through the pines, when my aunt used to live, was alive, to the other side. I've heard now for the last 30 years that there's a problem, especially when they changed over to the condominiums. Now that that problem of the condominiums has been resolved, what is Lindenwold doing to make the new company compliant? Because every time I come, and I don't come on a regular basis, I come every few months, pop in, see what's happening, but every time I come here, there are complaints about that particular area. Now that this new company, are we making them, is there a time frame? What kind of incentives do they have to come in? Are we monitoring what they're doing and how often they're doing it? The trash around there, I noticed, is, I don't live there, but I noticed it driving through. Because this comes to the issue that I have with bulk trash just in Lindenwold. Sometimes when you ride around, you see those orange stickers, which means they didn't call. A lot of people don't know about the rules for bulk trash. Is there a way that Lindenwold has found to communicate that with people? And is it, if you do communicate, is that communication in other languages besides English? The Lindenwold Express, that comes out how many times? You can answer that when you come back. But maybe there could be not only English, I'm not quite sure if it's available in other languages, but it just bothers me to see trash that sits out with the sticker. And I know that you have to call, I know that there's a procedure, but after a while, when do we do something about it? Particularly in my particular neighborhood, was a move out and a person bought the house. The people that moved out just left the trash there. So unfortunately, the new owner had to pick up the cost and get a dumpster and pay to have that trash removed. How do we go after these people? 2-part question. How do we go after the people that leave bulk trash for clean out? And then what about the normal citizen that doesn't know the rules? How do we inform them so that we don't have our streets littered with furniture and trash? The third thing that I'd like to talk about is I heard that they mentioned earlier about the health fairs and that Camden County wasn't going to have a health fair. Is it possible that maybe in the future, being that the amount of citizens that we have, it might not be convenient for people to go over to the Lakeland facility, and to maybe think about having our own little mini health fairs that address not only the COVID and the flu, but I just did a report for a project that I had, that, especially lung cancer and Lindenwold, we're above the state average. So that would be something, that I'm interested in seeing bring into the community to deal with the health issues of Lindenwold, especially the minority communities that are affected. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else in the public?
Hello, this is my first time being here. My name is Linda Gilbert, and I live at the Pines. And I just came to say that I used to live in Arborwood years ago, and it was beautiful. So when I was looking for an apartment, the first place I came back to was there. And now I said the Pines was offering a place, so let me go back there and see them. And I was like, wow, this place is, it looks like it looked when I was here before. However, it has changed. We have gone way downhill. They do not clean up the grounds, as they're telling me. The grounds are not clean like they should be. There was a point in time where you could walk through there and that place was picked up. And if you didn't treat your front properly, you were reprimanded for it.
Mm-hmm.
But now it seems like everybody's on what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
As far as my biggest complaint right now is the mice. I'm in the Pines for, I don't know, maybe 10, 11, 12 years, I don't remember. I lived in 2000 something. I've never seen so many mice in my life with living there, okay? I opened my closet door to get my coat out. It's happened across the top. I have a cooler, the cooler's empty, clean. Anybody coming in, look, it's all cleaned out, it's just for when we go to the beach. I looked on it and on the lid, droppings all over my lid. I'm like, what is going on? I go in my kitchen, droppings all over my sink. That is really unacceptable. The mice, something has to be done. I called there, first of all, you call the office again. If they answer the phone, they got an attitude. Don't know why. I have to say, when Linda was in the office and the office was at the Pines, at least you could call there, report it. Linda would be on it to get it fixed. Okay? Here with these ladies, I don't know what they're doing, but they don't want you to answer the phone. They don't call you back. It says leave a message. You leave a message. I left a message 4 times. No one called me back. I called again, and finally they decided to answer the phone. That's crazy. That's not how it's supposed to be. Then I went around there. I had pneumonia and COVID, and I was stricken in my house. My refrigerator was not working. This is why I was calling. My husband works in the morning. He don't get out until 4 when the office is closed, of course. I'm stuck in the house because I can't go out because I got COVID in the morning. No refrigerator. Lost all my food twice. Okay? $300 and $400 worth of food just gone. Because when I called them, oh, we'll get someone around here. Called them again, oh, somebody's coming. That's my refrigerator, that's my food. Okay? Then, called them the last time, the third time it went down, because it went down, yeah, the third time it went down, nobody came to the house and nobody answered the phone. So now, it's January, I got out of my house, I walked around to the office, I knocked on the, I rung the doorbell, you can hear the doorbell ring. I knocked on the door, I hear the conversation. There was ladies in the office having a conversation. How are you gonna leave a person standing outside the door while you're standing there knocking and ringing the bell like you're not even there? So it says, please do not knock on the window. So I knocked on the door again. So finally the lady opens up the window, she goes, we're closed. I said, sweetheart, your sign right here on this wall says, you close at 4:30. It was a couple minutes after 4. I got here as soon as I could get out of my business, come around here. She said, well, we do paperwork between 4 and 4:30, so we're closed at 4. I said, your sign says 4:30. I said, if you'd answered the damn phone, then I wouldn't have to walk around here. That was the biggest thing that pissed me off. I said, all I want to do is just tell you what's I'll take it in and put it in there. And can you give me a phone number? Because when they changed from the one office to the other office, they gave you one paper. If you didn't catch anything on that paper, you was just out of luck. I did not know that the phone that we had number didn't work until I could get out and walk around the office. I said, can I get a card or a paper with y'all phone number on here so I can call y'all and make reports? This is before all of when they were transferring from the Pines to Ardwood. She said, well, give me a second, I'll get it, but I'm gonna give you a number, but just note that this number I'm giving you, I didn't actually call that. Just give me a number I can call so I can report when I need something done. Because your office is closed by the time me and my husband get home from work. Okay? So I'm just asking, can somebody please do something about the mice around here and these happy things in our house? I don't know what they are. I know they're not grasshoppers. We don't know what they are. They're out of nowhere. I had an ant problem. They did fix the ant problem, but these happy things are still there. We've been asking for that, and asking for that, and asking for that. They said their remedy is, well, the happy things eat the smaller insects, so you don't really want to get rid of them. Yes, I do. I want them all gone. We don't want them in our house. Okay? Simple things like caulking our tubs, like Bree coming in to recaulk the tubs and just fix basic things. You cannot get it done. You can't, because you can't get through to nobody. Then when you do get through to somebody, eventually they may or may not show up. Or like she said, they'll start it, but they won't finish it. That is not fair to us. Now, y'all want to look at our track record? Please, look at my track record. My rent is paid, always, on time. Okay, so I don't have a problem with paying my bills. You look at my track record, you'll see my lights are on, bills paid all the time. So if I'm paying my bills and I'm giving you this money, the only thing I'm asking you to do is come in our house, get rid of these mice, get rid of these hoppy things, and please fix the things that we need fixed in our apartment. And she's like she said, you can stand back in my living room, look at my front door, and you can see outside, all around the edges. I asked them to fix the mailbox. What did they do? They came in, put a little mailbox door on there. No, I need you to fix the whole mailbox because that's air right there coming in. I have an oxygen tank in my house. I have too many issues that I need to keep me well. So I need these things done. The vents, the hole that's in our walls where the vent in the living room is, I can't put anything up to it. The vent don't go in the wall because it's all crumbling. The wall is soft, so it doesn't stay up. So when you're asking them to fix this, the only thing they do is come by, poke it back up there, and walk out the door. That's not fixing it. And the only thing we're asking is, if we're paying our bills and paying them on time, can we please get someone around here to fix our apartment, kill these roads, okay, and just help us out. That's all we need. Just help us out. And like I said, this is my first time coming. I came because the mice in there is just driving me crazy to the point where it's just, you don't know. I want to put strips down, but I do have a dog. I can't put the strips down because I don't want her getting caught up in it or eating it or whatever, because she's like that. But that's not fair. I shouldn't even have to do that. We should be able, that's the whole purpose of having these maintenance guys and exterminators. She told me she was going to I called her, she told me one time, she said, oh, I'll put you on the list for the next time exterminators come out, put them out. She said they come out usually on Tuesdays. I waited all day Tuesday. I made my schedule from my job. I said, look, I don't care what day you get me off of this, get me off this Tuesday. I sat there all day. There ain't nobody come to my house. I called around there, nobody answered the phone. Left a message, said, what happened? Nobody answered the phone. Nobody's called me back, not once. So this is our grievance and mine as well. And so if it takes me to come here every second week of the month to let you know, look, then this is what I'll do. Because we can't live like that, okay? Especially when you pay your bills. You can't live like that. You cannot. It's just not fair.
And she's my neighbor. Next door.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She's
Anyone
my
else?
neighbor. Next door.
stellar job on Friday with that murder on Parker Road. Also a thank you to the Lindenwold Fire Department for the open house. I wasn't able to attend, but we heard it was a great event. And last but not least, thank you to you guys, DOT, and all of the subcontractors handling the Cooper Ave widening project. It looks great. The sidewalks look great, and the pedestrian infrastructure is going to be very helpful. So then 2 questions. One of the benefits you guys discussed back when you were conducting the Arborwood redevelopment was that once Arborwood was folded under one owner, that it was going to be a lot better. But that one owner is the same owner as the Pines. And we've literally been listening to residents of the Pines come in here and complain at these meetings for at least 3 years that I know of the conditions at the Pines. So if the conditions are that bad, and we're relying on that same gentleman to turn around Arborwood, I don't know. I mean, I know Arborwood overall is much better than it was at its worst, but it just seems like between the codes office and governing body, there should be some resolution to make these residents happy that are paying their bills and paying their rent. And if we can't find a solution in Lindenwold, I mean, do we direct these folks to the Department of Community Affairs, at the state level? At what point do we... I mean, there's lots of residents, there's lots of tenants in town that aren't paying their rent, right? We're foreclosing on homes for back taxes because people aren't paying their taxes and doing what they should. These people are doing what they should, and yet they're living in conditions that, quite frankly, sound horrid. I mean, I give you guys a lot of credit. So that's the first question. What ultimately can be done? How can we advise these residents so that these conditions don't continue? Second question, Mayor, you've given us a couple of reasons as to why the community center closed 8 years ago. 8 years ago. Has there not been ample time in 8 years to come up with some way to reopen it? And do you intend on doing something to reopen it during this term, between now and December 31st next year? Are we planning on opening a community center? Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else in the public wishing to speak?
Thank you.
Seeing none, close the meeting to the public, and entertain a motion to open the council. Does anybody from council want to answer any of the questions?
I'll take care of it. I can tell you right now, the past 3 weeks, Lindenwold PD has been on home site. They heard the complaints that we've been getting on 5th, 4th. 4th is the worst, because there's no stop signs.
Yep.
But yeah, they're addressing it.
I mean, they're just speeding down there,
Yep.
ridiculous.
And they're blowing through the stop signs, I know.
Tell them that's the traffic speed signs or
We're ordering, have you seen the blinking speed limit signs?
In Gibbsboro, yes.
Gibbsboro, we're getting them in Lindenwold.
Excellent.
I don't know if it's gonna be excellent or not.
Mayor Campbell seems to like them.
I've seen people speed up just to see how high the number can go. So, but we're going to be getting at least 6 of them.
Nice.
Between now and the next year. I do know one thing I did forget to mention is the police department finally got their generator after 8 years.
anyone else want to answer any of the questions?
Ryan, also on the speeding on Fifth Ave, I agree with you, it's out of control, and I'll be laying in bed, and I'm 1 block from the stop sign, I'm 1 house in. I'm waiting for a car to land on my bed and be like, hello, what can I do for you? Because it's ridiculous, the speeding. I'm not joking with it, it's ridiculous. You have to look, you have to stop, and they fly through all your stop signs. So I do agree 100% with that. I just want to clarify, I was saying that Camden County isn't holding their senior event with the kickoff to the flu season, but they are doing multiple mini events of it. And I do have, those are part of the flyers that I have your set ready, Trevor, don't worry. So they are still doing health fairs, they're just not doing the big one health fair. Yes, but I'm clarifying for everybody who's here, I saw she left, but just to clarify for the people who are here, that they are having little ones, and that's where they have the lunches, the giveaway bags, entertainment, and all of that stuff. So it's not that they stopped it altogether. And that's all I can think of right now. Thank you.
Anyone else? Seeing none, entertain a motion for adjournment, please.
So moved.
And a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.